Hello and welcome to the Philippines. In this video we'll talk a little bit about travel. Number one, are you going to travel to the Philippines or outside of your country in 2025? How many of you are planning on doing that? Flights, we're still in the high season. We're in January 2025, still in the high season for a couple months. But flights should be going down a little bit, even as we have the big Sinulog Festival coming up in January here in a couple of weeks. I think you'll see flight prices come down throughout the year, and we'll just have to see what happens with the continuing recovery from the government lockdowns, what they call the pandemic. I am certainly hoping to travel within the Philippines much more than I did last year. Didn't really take that many trips. Very easy, very inexpensive to travel around here. There are quite a number of airports. More and more are opening up. They're refurbishing some, extending runways at some so they can handle bigger jets. Panglao is becoming Panglao over by Bohol Island, big popular tourist area over there. It's becoming much more popular. Even I saw an article the other day about more and more people are preferring it over Boracay, which is kind of interesting. Completely different than Boracay, probably much less expensive, generally speaking, but more developments going on over there as well. Anyway, just picking up 50 kilograms of rice and some other things, some for us over in Lapu-Lapu, Mactan Island, where the international airport is. And we're going to visit family, drop off some of it there. Have a little bit of a New Year's Day dinner and conversation with the family. And several people speak pretty good English, so some of it's in English, some of it is in Bisaya here in Cebu language. Anyway, very easy to travel, inexpensive. You've got your options, of course. You've got airplanes, several different domestic flights that travel between the various islands. You've got buses, and buses, if you're going to a different island, the bus will get on a ferry and get off the ferry, and you will continue on your way whatever your destination is. Or you can go to a ferry terminal, just take a ferry across to another island. You've got what I'm in here, a tricycle, and they vary in shape and size and how big they are, how many people can get in, depending on what part of the Philippines you are. You have jeepneys. Got taxis, although even a relatively large city like Dumaguete still does not have taxis. So you're going to take a jeepney or a motorcycle taxi, a hobble or a tricycle, or you're gonna rent your own. You're gonna rent your own scooter to get around. Ambulance in a hurry there. And the figures, I read an article here a week or two ago that, the recovery, they are not achieving the tourists numbers that they was their goal. I think 5 point something million, and a little less than a million of those are Filipinos returning from overseas for the holidays. So 4 point something million foreigners. I think they were hoping for 7 million something through 2024. I checked some prices online for hotels and condos, and even during the busiest days of the Sinulog Festival here in Cebu City, many hotels and condos have not raised their rates as high as they would normally during this huge popular festival, and they're even offering discounts for those, and there's many rooms still available. Look on Agoda and Booking.com. Still many. Usually this time of the year it would be difficult to find a room, especially at a reasonable price. But there's many rooms available, and they're going at discounted prices. So if you're interested in this large goes on for actually over a week. Culminates in the kind of ends on the third Sunday of January, the biggest event, but they've got events throughout the previous week as well. Quite something to see. Millions of people involved in it, watching. Anyway, yeah, here in Cebu City, we've got the international airport over here. More international flights than, except for NAIA up in metropolitan, in the Manila area. More direct flights in and out of here. Good ferry port. And anyway, this is a look over my balcony window, about 20 floors up, overlooking Cebu City. And this was on New Year's Day. I don't think it rained at all New Year's Day here, but it was relatively cloudy all day, which means it's cooler. If you're a tourist traveling, you probably would prefer the sun. Like here, I'm doing this video on the 3rd of January, and pretty much sunny skies out there. So if you're traveling, if you're in the Philippines traveling, great day to travel. And the Philippines is increasing their infrastructure as far as their ferry ports and other things, and they're establishing more tourist areas, because some of the tourist areas like Boracay, yeah, a few years ago they shut it down for 6 months to revitalize it, because there was number of issues. So they wanted to give the sea and the area some break from tourism, while they redid a lot of their sewage type systems, and so that wasn't running into the sea, for instance. But it is open. But they're additionally over on Palawan Island. There is an area, very long white sand beach, that they are starting to build condos and housing developments over there as well. What's the name? San Vicente or something like that, I believe, and saw a video the other day. And so they're continuing to expand the tourist areas so that one area doesn't get all the tourists, like Boracay, like Panglao. There are many areas that they can develop here in the Philippines. There's no lack of areas that can be developed. Nice beaches, snorkeling, scuba diving, swimming, mountain areas, eco type areas, just wide variety. Now listen here. This was right around the New Year's time. A day before, I believe, outside my bedroom window, and there were 2 or more groups just had noise blaring, some kind of music blaring. I don't know if they had were having an early New Year's party or somebody's birthday or what it was, but it sounded like they had actual radio turned up, cranked up, with different music and shouting going on, and they were competing about who could be the loudest. It seemed. Anyway, one problem with being up high is you don't have anything in between you and the many noise sources to block. Anyway, Happy New Year, and we'll see you in the next video.